Oh, nice. Eric would like to book. It's a different Eric.
That's interesting. Hi.
Can you hear us?
Can you hear us, Magic? Let me check my audio. Yeah, my audio is good. Magic, we're not hearing you. Can you hear us? If you can hear us, do this. Can you see the chat box? Look at chat.
Oh, there we go.
Oh, nice.
I had to hit some button that said join audio conference by computer.
Okay, good. Glad it worked out.
Okay. All right.
Hey.
How you guys doing?
Good. Feeling a little vulnerable and a little out of whack with the full moon and just
first day of your cycle.
First day of my cycle. So I'm right on track.
Yeah, it's supposed to be a really powerful full moon too, from what I was hearing from my friend who's into it.
Oh yeah.
It's Wesak. Moon Scorpio. It's Wesak, which is when the Buddha is flying around the world, blessing people.
Yeah.
I like that image.
That's cool. That's what Wesak is. It's like the Buddha is flying around the world, blessing us all.
That's nice. So maybe you're getting blessed up, and that's what you're feeling.
That's why we thought, my God, what could be a bigger high? We'll talk to Magic. That'll put us over the top.
Maybe you're our flying Buddha.
He is a flying Buddha.
Maybe so. Hold on, let me turn this sound off of this phone. It's beeping. It's distracting me. Okay. Yeah, I'll be your flying Buddha. Sure. You can be my flying Buddha.
Now that we've got like this flying Buddha experience, we need to hear kind of a little bit like what we should expect and what it'll look like and how long. And then if we do it those dates, what would happen is we would then be driving north, for the next couple of days, doing a couple of events. I just want to make sure we don't know if after people work with you, are they functional?
Yeah. Do we need a couple days of downtime aftercare for integration?
Yeah, that question, unfortunately, I can't answer because it's unique to the person and whatever we go through. Like some people come out of it and they're feeling fantastic and really empowered and super connected. And, they may need to ground that, but they'd be really pretty solid to go in and do some teaching. And other people, it can bring up some really heavy, stuff at the bottom of the pot, stuff that you got to get in there and chisel out. And there can be some catharsis and some grieving, and things can really be, heavy or intense. Mm-hmm. And they can need some integration. So it's very hard for me to know. I would say if you're going to teach the next day.
No, there's no chance of us teaching actually. If we did it with you on the 19th and 20th, like 2 days with the night being the 19th, then we've got a gig on the 22nd, and then we're attending a workshop in Vancouver on the 23rd, 24th, and 25th. So we will have like 48 hours from the time we finish with you. Which will be primarily driving up to Columbia. Then we're doing an event in Victoria on the 22nd. And then we are attending a workshop in Vancouver with Satya and Suzanne Raja, the 23rd to 25th.
Well, ultimately, it's going to be an intuitive decision for you guys. I suspect that having a couple of days and also having some downtime, because only one of you will be driving at a time, so the other could, potentially rest, meditate, integrate, that you'll probably be okay. But you have to feel into it on your own. It's usually when people have done a lot of work Yes, they have integration, but it doesn't. It's not so discombobulating as to those who haven't done as much work.
Right.
I am finding that when I'm going through a layer, I'm in general kind of alchemizing pretty quick and able to move through it. And it's like another layer, but it's not like where it used to be 5 years ago where it would take me out for a day, you know?
Right.
And so I think it's just a testament probably to my level of growth and what I've moved through regarding my background and how far I've come. So I'm guessing that as long as there's one of us driving at a time, we can put like a pad in the back of the car, and one of us can lie down and kind of have a good amount of integration time that way.
I think it seems to me
Like
kind of
it will be
perfect,
fine.
actually, because then it really kind of sets. It's going to be a cool trip for us.
Mm-hmm.
And it really kind of sets the whole trip as a vision quest. You know, it's
Right.
like, you know, our first thing is kind of working with you. And then from there, we go up to British Columbia. She's never been there before. Being gifted into this amazing 3-day accelerated leadership program with Satya and Susanna that weekend.
Where you come in as like gods of like what you're envisioning. And it's kind of this whole leadership retreat. So I think maybe you might be the very thing that we need to be able to
kick us off and get us
come
there.
in as a god and goddess, you know?
Yeah, I have to say that when people are going on journeys and we work together at the beginning of their journey, whatever kind of journey it is, it's usually really good.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Because, you know, we're gonna get in there and surface things and set some intentions and bring things up and kind of, like you said, set the whole vision, set the whole thing in motion from the beginning in a shamanic and powerful way.
Yeah.
So it could be really great.
I think it's really good.
Let's
really
do it.
good.
Yeah.
Okay.
So put us in for the 19th and 20th.
Okay. Let me do it right now because my memory is sometimes not great. So just to make sure I got it in here. Scott.
And that'll be in Mount Shasta. And then you have like a particular place, or do we just plan on camping, bringing a tent?
Yeah, let me tell you a little bit about that in one moment. Okay, so there you are on the 19th and the 20th. So, got it. Okay, so the way I work is that I have people come and you find your own accommodations, whatever that looks like for you, and I can help you with that in terms of making suggestions. If you want to camp on the mountain, I can tell you some spots. If you want to stay someplace, I can actually send you a list of recommended accommodations, and so you can find something that fits your budget and your needs. There really isn't a lot that's expensive in Mount Shasta. It's a tiny little town, so but you'll find your spot. And then on the 19th, and I recommend, and you guys can do this any way you want to, but what we had originally talked about was that I would do one day with one of you, and then do the other day with the other of you. So say I would do Emily on the 19th and Scott on the 20th, or Scott on the 19th and Emily on the 20th. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And that way you get, you know, supercharged one-on-one time. Okay. And so what we would do is I would meet you at Berryville. If you're familiar with Berryville, it's a little natural grocery store. It's sort of energetic hub, vortex place of Mount Shasta, kind of like Mana.
Where we shop at.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So we meet there at like 9:30 in the morning. Okay. We'll sit down in the little cafeteria there, the little place where they have tables. And we'll just chat for a few minutes, and I'll start to tune in because I don't actually have any plan or agenda or schedule for our time together. Mm-hmm. So, you know, when we sit down in that moment, I'll be like, you know, hey, Scott, or hey, Emily, tell me what's alive in you right now. You know, tell me, if any, what intention you might have for our time together. And we'll chat a little bit. And it's during that, you know, 10, 20 minutes or so that I'll start to connect with you high self to high self. And I start to get downloads, information about what you might need, what might be the best place to take you to in or around the mountain, and all of that. So usually within 15, 20 minutes, depending, you know, I'll start to get that insight, and then you'll gather or have already gathered whatever you need for the day, because once we leave Berryville, we're going to be out in nature the whole day. So lunch, water, snacks, in terms of clothing, lots of layers, and I'll send you a letter that has all this kind of information in it.
Great.
Also send us definitely the list of accommodations, because
I will.
Since you're going to do one at a time, whichever one of us isn't up there, we're going to want to be in a room where we have good internet, so that we can do sessions and stuff.
Yeah, and there's the other thing is that if let's say that Emily and I do it first, that next day, I might be like, hey, Emily, if you want to continue this journey, here's another spot you could go to.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
And I might even be able to say, hey, Scott, Emily, you and I are going on the 20th. If you want to kind of warm up, here's something you could do on the 19th.
Right.
If you want, just an option.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah,
I like
I like that. And I'm personally feeling a lot of trust that the magic's going to flow, and you're just going to kind of know.
Oh yeah.
I mean, I think it's actually good for us to get out of the way, and for us to be led and guided.
Mm-hmm.
Because as you know, we tend to be kind of in that role, and so we're looking really to be supported.
Yeah. Well, that's going to happen, and so anyway, we go out, we spend the whole day. Usually we spend it in one site. Sometimes we go to two, because we drop in very deeply in whatever site we go to. And I don't know what we'll do or what will happen when we'll get there. I mean, it most likely some part of our journey will be me dropping into, I call it a shamanic transmission, where I'm going to open up, get out of the way, and just start bringing through the frequency and the energy and the unconditional love and whatever is needed for you at that time. And possibly whatever I see and can reflect and share, if you're interested in that, whatever. And then there'll also be time where I'll say, okay, after I've probably opened up the energies of the site and taught you a little bit how to interact with and open the energies of and interact with the site yourself, I'll let you have your own walkabout or your own personal time in the site to connect deeply with the site itself, which, depending on where we go, can look like sitting in meditation, or it can look like a walking meditation, or many other kinds of things. And so we'll just, however we weave in and out of that for the day.
Cool.
And we wrap up between about 5 and 6 o'clock.
Okay.
Cool. Can we, if we feel compelled to record, is that possible?
Yeah, I'll say we'll feel into that in the moment. Usually when people ask for that, I say yes.
Okay.
If for some reason I just intuitively, because I'm really going by spirit in the moment, and I don't care either way, and I don't have any plans, so I will just tune in, and I'll let you tune in too, and we'll feel into it and be like, does that feel like the truth?
Okay.
And for the evening in between, Monday night, do we all have dinner together, the three of us, or what usually?
Typically, I have you guys on your own, so that you can integrate the experience that we had together.
Nice.
We can feel into, because we have a relationship outside of this, that maybe we want to have dinner together that night. And that could be lovely.
Cool.
Okay, so I'm really hearing, we'll just tune in and feel
Be
what's in the
flexible
highest.
and flow, yeah.
Right. Well, because, we want to see, like, maybe how whoever goes first is feeling, and whether you even feel like having dinner.
Yeah.
I feel like even being around.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And so we'll tune into that, and just, I'll leave it open.
Okay, cool.
Good.
Great.
I'm excited.
All right. Scott, it's happening. Email us the goodies. Where are you going for 10 days?
I will. I'm going to Lake Tahoe tomorrow, and I'm going to do a 7-day silent retreat with Adi Ashanti.
Oh, wow.
Oh, beautiful.
Yeah, you guys familiar with him?
Oh, yeah.
I love his work.
Sure. I've been to many of his sits.
Yeah, I really enjoy sitting with him. I really enjoy his transmission. It feels very, very resonant with my own experience. And, personally, he's a friend, and I really like him, and feel like he's like a brother from another mother.
Nice.
So, I'm going in a little early to hang out with him. And then I've also got several friends that are coming. So 2 or 3 people from Maui, a person from Santa Fe, my friend Marlise. Do you know Marlise Cocheret?
Yes.
Yeah, but she's not Marlise Cocheret.
She's
not Marlise Cocheret, Marlise Chartreuse.
Okay.
I know her.
She's a meditation teacher. She's coming too, so it's just be really nice.
Beautiful.
That
We're
sounds
going to hang out in Tahoe for a few days afterwards and just hike and
Nice.
Yeah.
How's Melanie?
Melanie's good. Melanie is in Arizona right now. She's at her, she did that thing called de-armoring.
This is like the follow-up?
This is like the follow-up where you get these resculpting sessions.
Wow.
So she's been doing those resculpting sessions and doing a bunch of oming and visiting a bunch of friends. And she went to Sedona for a couple of days. And
sounds like she's filling up.
She's doing good.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah.
Good.
I'm happy for you both.
And
Glad
you guys
you're
are
so
good?
well.
You guys are good?
We are fantastic.
Wow.
I can usually tell because I haven't heard from you.
Exactly. Yeah, there was this really strong intuitive sense about us going to Ashland, and that it was going to, be really good for our relationship. And, it has. I mean, ever since we came here, except for that period when we had that really, really tense time when moving from Maui.
Right.
It led over into being here for a week or two. But other than that, we've been pretty much honeymooning ever since we came to Ashland in September.
That's great.
That's awesome.
I love hearing that.
It's pretty good.
It sounds like, too, you guys are really feeling there's quite a bit of spaciousness, but there's maybe that level of spaciousness has been helping your relationship as well? Like her traveling and you're doing other things?
It's been interesting. I don't know if it's helping or not. It's interesting that there's been a lot of travel, and like she comes back from Arizona tomorrow night. I leave for Tahoe tomorrow morning.
Wow.
So there's been these interesting, where we're not together for that much time, just maybe 3 weeks and then apart again. And I don't know if it's been good or bad. Because things have just been good.
Awesome.
Either way, so I can't say.
Can't say, yeah. Well, I'm guessing there's a lot of trust there, and you guys are feeling well connected through whatever you're doing. So that's the most important thing.
There's a lot of trust. There's a lot of, I think we both are feeling like a sort of a relaxation into the relationship.
Nice.
I mean, we've opened up our relationship some, and we haven't done a lot of exploration in that yet, but we've, it's happening,
Yeah.
So if you don't mind my asking, I'm remembering that there was that gentleman that she had met at the original de-armoring.
Yep.
And so...
Well, he wasn't there, but she did call me about another gentleman. And we've been already talking about this. And I said, well, she called and she said, shit, I don't know what the hell I'm doing here. We didn't finalize our agreements. What was I thinking? And so I'm like, yeah, all right. So I gave her like my proposed outline of what the agreements could be. And, that guy's kind of already sort of the opportunity kind of came and went. But I gave her my proposed agreements, and then she's pretty much, I think we have them lined up now. Good. So, we'll see. I mean, she owned with some guy there, like at his house a few times while she was there. And, she's, I don't know. I'm feeling pretty open.
Wow, beautiful.
Good. Yeah. I'm really happy.
Yeah, I feel a real, as you're talking, I feel a really integrated relaxation in your system.
Yeah, that's a good way of putting it. Integrated relaxation.
So I just want to say it's such a good indicator to tell when people are kind of aligned to that truth or not. And my perception is you feel really, there's an ease in your system.
I do, it's like, the more that I say, yeah, do whatever you feel that you really want to do, the more I just feel super good and exhilarated. And, we went to the high, the high workshop.
Sure. Yeah.
And we did every exercise with somebody else. And it was just so good. I enjoyed, not only did I enjoy doing the exercises with other people, but I enjoyed her doing the exercises with other people.
Wow,
I mean, I experienced compersion.
Nice.
Ooh, my pen just exploded. So I experienced compersion, and it was fantastic. I mean, not that I didn't have some fear every now and then, but it was temporary and it didn't grip me.
Yeah.
Nice. Nice.
Wow, what a celebration. And I really want to applaud both of your guys' willingness and courage to kind of step into that.
Yeah. I think we kind of, thank you for that.
Yeah.
And I think we kind of, I think we've kind of realized that it is just what's up in our relationship. It's like, maybe this is true, but it seems like you kind of draw people in to learn certain lessons and to play certain things out. And I think that that's like her and I have drawn each other in to kind of learn about our sexuality. It's been that way from the beginning, and to heal things within our sexuality. And so I think we tried to resist that for a while, and I think it's easier to lean into it.
Yeah.
Nice. Beautiful.
I mean, I don't know that we're going to fully be polyamorous. I don't know what's going to happen. We're kind of in a baby step phase of polysensuality.
Yeah.
But it feels good.
That's great, Magic.
Thank you so much for opening and sharing that with us.
Yeah, you're welcome.
And again, I'll say I'm confidentiality. There's no need for me to share. I mean, I don't know if you want that, but that's just a natural thing that I want to say.
Yeah, that's nice. Thanks. Because I think Melanie's kind of sensitive about it. I'm not that sensitive about it, but she is. She just told me today, like, when people ask what's up with our relationship, I'm going to tell them I'm in a monogamous relationship. And then, if I want to talk to them about, the exceptions that are there, so to speak, because I feel like this is someone I want to share that with, I will, but I don't want that to be.
Yeah, that's kind of the way we do it too. It's like we use the words, we have a very focused container.
That's what we say.
And then if it's somebody that, really is tribe, then we can go a little bit deeper.
Yeah.
And
there's certain people that are our core people that know more on an intimate level what's the nature of our real relationship.
Right. Yeah. I think that's the way she wants to hold it. And I think that makes sense because there's a lot of people out there that just don't understand and judge and.
Yeah, and especially as public figures, a lot of people, it comes around in weird ways. We've had people drop out of our programs. We've had, so where it can affect us that way. And so we feel protective, of that the nature of that part of our life as well.
Yeah.
A lot of people don't understand open relationship and polyamorous dynamics, and there's a lot of judgment around it. And so we just want to be discerning about what gets projected on us.
I understand. I have a lot to offer and share in terms of teachings around sexuality and healing around sexuality. And I very rarely disclose that or reveal that to people that attend my retreats and things because it's just too charged and people just have too much that comes up for them. So occasionally I will share with somebody when I'm really getting an intuitive hit about something, but it's very rare. I had 2 group retreats that actually ended up being like a total sexuality retreat.
Wow.
Because I don't have any plan for the retreats. So, whatever arises, unintended, arises.
Right.
And so, we had 2 very sexual retreats with nudity and sexual exercises and all sorts of stuff and tons of triggeredness. And they were really great. And, there were people that were really struggling with it on those retreats. A couple people,
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
So anyway, it's very sensitive.
Well, we're excited about our time with you. Last question. How close is Ashland to Mount Shasta again? It's about
It's about an hour and 15 minutes. Just depends.
Cool. Good to know. Because we might do something in Ashland before we work with you over that weekend. I'm going to talk to Emily and check in with our Ashland friends.
Yeah, cool.
And then we would double back.
Yeah, it's very close. And I'll probably come down when I work with you guys and just stay the night at a friend's place on the night of the 19th.
Right, the 19th, the Monday night. Yeah.
Okay.
Although there's some chance I might drive back up here, but I don't like to do that, so probably not.
Okay. Cool. Have a great time in Lake Tahoe.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Gorgeous,
Thank you.
I bet. Is it still a little chilly up there in Tahoe?
It is, yeah. This is the 3rd time I've been there in May, and it's pretty much always the same. It's like 40s and 50s.
Wow. So it's still
So it's pretty chilly, yeah. I mean, I have to bring like all my warm gear.
Yeah, it's interesting weather here. Yesterday we had a 90-degree day, and today it's like 75. So it's weird to have that big of a drop, to get this warm and then to drop down. So.
And it's going to drop again another like 8 degrees tomorrow.
Right. So it's all over the place.
That's happening here too. It was 80 something yesterday, and it's real nice again today. But I heard tomorrow or the next day it's supposed to drop down into the 50s and rain. And
wow.
Yeah.
All right.
Hey, Scott, that guy that I asked you about on text the other day, he sells like some kind of structured water device, and I want to buy one. You don't have any leads on how to get a hold of him, do you?
I don't.
My friend's when Harbin burned down, my friend his address book burned where he had the guy's contact info.
Have you tried? There are several Facebook sites, Harbin Community. There's like 3. So go to Facebook, put in the search just the words Harbin, and you'll see there's about 3 or 4 different groups. And you could just post, hey, does anybody know whatever his name is, the water guy? And then somebody, I'm sure, will respond.
Oh, that's a great idea.
Yeah.
Awesome.
There's also on Facebook, Lake County Buy and Sell. So you might, ask there.
Okay.
Yeah.
So now circling just back for a moment to our time together. So I'm going to send you this letter, and it's going to have a list of what to bring.
Okay.
And some people don't bring everything on the list, and that's okay. But just know that if you choose not to bring something on the list, you could exclude certain places from places that we would go.
Right.
Okay.
For example, there is a headlamp on the list. If you don't bring a headlamp, then there's definitely one place that we will not go.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Or if you decide that it's nice warm weather, so you just wear shorts and a t-shirt and you don't bring any layers, then we will not go on the mountain because it can be chilly on the mountain. So if you can, bring everything that's on the list.
All right. Well, I will probably bring everything, and we'll check in with you one more time before we, just to say hello and know if we have a challenge with anything on the list. But I think we should be able to, unless.
Yeah, and also FYI, that 17th and 18th, there's a Sufi camp in Williams with Layla and Bodhi, if you're familiar with them.
Yeah.
And I'll probably be there with no phone signal, so we could check in, on the 16th or something like that, and then just make sure we're all solid for our meeting at Berryville.
Great. Looking forward to it.
Me too.
Yay.
Good to be with you guys. All right. Thanks.
So much.
Have a great rest of your day.
You too. Love you.
Aloha. Love you guys.